NFL research argues that head coach Dan Campbell's Pride of Lions offers the most statistically successful skill players. In 2023, the Lions became only the second team in NFL history to see 4 players produce 10-plus scrimmage touchdowns in a single season. According to NFL research, the feat, which matched the 2013 Denver Broncos, was accomplished by running backs David Montgomery, who had 13 scrimmage touchdowns, Jahmyr Gibbs, who had 11, wide receiver Amon-Ra, who had 10, and tight end Sam Laporta, who also had 10. 3 of those players, St. Brown had 1,500 yards, over 1,500 yards, Gibbs had over 1,200 yards, and Montgomery had over 1,100 yards. The Lions were the only NFL team to have 3 such players, a mark tied for the most in a single season in league history, per NFL research. That's the reason why I asked that question. Have the Lions constructed the most stacked offense? Now, my answer to that, as much as I want to applaud last season, my answer to that is absolutely not. You mentioned J-Mo. He hasn't proven himself yet on the Lions, so there's no reason to talk about him. Outside of Laporta and Amon-Ra, there's questions and holes everywhere. It's the only reason why I'm not as confident in our offense this season is because J-Mo still has to prove himself. And anybody that's a true Lions fan know that as of this season, as of 2024, J-Mo will be one of the most important players on that field, because if he does not produce, I don't even want to know what some of these games will look like. Josh Reynolds is gone. He went to Denver, so he's no longer there. Khalif Raymond, inconsistent. The other guy, I can't think of it. Donovan Peoples-Jones, inconsistent, just for depth. Outside of Amon-Ra, wide receiver, that we have holes. All right. We have holes. So my answer is, have we constructed the most stacked offense? Absolutely not. Are we a championship foundation team? Absolutely. We still have one of the best O-lines in the game. We still have Laporta, who still have Amon-Ra. Gibbs is still Gibbs. Same thing with Montgomery. Add in Jared Goff, stable behind that O-line. Like, we're still a championship foundation team.
Well, I disagree because one, Laporta is a receiver. He's a tight end. That's a receiver. So you have two. And then with Gibbs is also an out the backfield catcher. So then you have three. So right there, you got 3 reliable sources to go to.
But those
Now,
are
guess
offensive.
what? In that last playoff game, one of those reliable sources did not play in the second half because of one fumble, which is crazy, and I blame the coaching staff for that. But I'm just saying, maybe that ball's not going to Reynolds and it's going to Gibbs. You know, and the game's not getting lost because you dropped the ball at a crucial time. But so that, to me, that's 3 receivers, first and foremost. Secondly, J-Mo, to say he hasn't proven it, yeah, he hasn't consistently proven it. But the whole second half of last year and playoffs, he was proven. He was proving that all you gotta do is find a way to get the ball in my hands. Because yes, I'm a deep threat, and yes, I'm elite at it. But Goff can't get it down there. That's not his fault. That's not on him whatsoever. Goff can't get the ball down the field. That's not his fault. He'd be wide open, and you underthrowing me like this is NCAA 25, and I got a 60 overall quarterback. Can't get the ball to me. But what they do, you know what, man? Let's Debo this. He ain't no Debo player, but he just want to win so bad. I'll be your Debo, right? Just give me a screen. Just give me a toss. Give me a reverse, a jet. And guess what? He works. He does magic with the ball, right? There's only so many guys going to score in the playoffs. He's one of them. Okay, all those, yeah, we need, we not reliable here, there, or there. He was scoring in the playoffs because all he needs is you to put the ball in his hands. If we had Dak Prescott,
But the problem
Buddy would be
is,
CD. Hold on, Buddy would be CD Lamb right now already. He has that kind of game, right? So I'm
no,
not
he
I'm
has
not
that kind of
considering
he
I'm
has
not
that kind of
considering him
potential.
unreliable source. To me, he's a reliable source. The quarterback is unreliable at getting the ball to him in the spots that he's worked best at.
He's had
So
drops
that's not
for
on him.
home run
That's on
plays,
that's on the quarterback play,
but he
right?
had
So maybe the
drops. J-Mo had drops. It's not that the ball didn't reach him. It's the
okay,
fact that he
and
had
Amon Ra
drops.
had drops. They
Yeah, but
all
the
had
difference
drops.
is the difference is
I
Amon
don't know
Ra
the exact
is
numbers. No. But for me to even debate that, we had to look at the exact numbers. All right, because Amon Ra had drops too, and guys
absolutely.
who I don't even want to name had drops in the most important game. So, hey, but you want to bench Gibbs. That's on coaching
But it's
staff.
Amon
That's
Ra
on coaching staff.
consistent. But it's Amon Ra consistent though. I feel like that's the difference there. It's
Well,
Amon Ra consistent.
is your quarterback consistent? Because he
I
can't get the
mean,
ball. So in reality, J-Mo our best receiver.
all right,
You
this is
can't get the
absurd.
ball to him in his best spot.
This is
You just
absurd.
can't. All right, bro. Everybody has a specialty, and And if what you said was correct, right, about the Lions, then they're not winning the Super Bowl. Because to win the Super Bowl, you need to be the best at something, right? You need to have the best quarterback. Or maybe you got the best defense. Or maybe you got the best something. You got to have the best something. You got the best coach in the game.
Or you
You got
need
to
a
have the
great
best
all
something.
around, or you
And
need
the
a great
Lions,
all around
and the
game.
Hold on, and the Lions have the best offense. That's why they're going to be in that Super Bowl, because they have the best of something.
Name me another
right?
wide receiver outside of Amon-Ra. And I'm a Lions fan.
Come on, Jameson Williams. How many you need?
And we just talked about his inconsistency. Not to mention he had a gambling suspension
No,
last
no,
year
no,
that
no.
took him out for the
But
first
hey,
month of the
you talked
season.
about inconsistency. I disagreed with it. It's the inconsistencies in your quarterback.
I feel like this.
guy,
I feel like the Lions.
So
I feel like every Lions.
that's like saying Devontae Adams, and yes, I'm comparing. That's like saying Devontae Adams is having a bad year. No, the guy, I'm wide open. He can't read. He can't get it to me. He late. He underthrowing. He too weak.
If Jared Goff
That's
is
why,
that bad,
that's J-Mo is the very reason why Jared Goff ain't worth $50 million.
if Jared Goff is that bad, you wouldn't have Laporta having 10 plus touchdowns and over
I
1,000
didn't say
yards.
Jared Goff
Same
was
thing with
bad.
Same
But
thing with
Jared Goff
Amon-Ra,
is
who had
not
over
good for Jameis.
1,500
He's not
yards.
good for J-Mo. He's not good at. I'm not saying Jared Goff is bad. Jared Goff is a B plus quarterback. That is a good. That's above average. That's actually more around the Rams of good, not great. Good will get you Super Bowls though. Jameson Williams is just not the best receiver when it comes to the capabilities of Goff. If Jameson Williams goes to Dallas, if he goes to the Bengals, if it's so many teams, I would trade Jameson Williams for Stephon Diggs. I would trade Jameson Williams for Chris Olave. I would trade because if you put him with these other teams, he's going to be just as valuable with a quarterback that can actually deliver to him in his best spots. Look at how he has to score the ball. They got to give it to him in the backfield, and he can still get a touchdown. Buddy, like, come on, man. You got to respect the fact that I could run wide open and the quarterback just can't deliver it. That is not his fault.
He's had drops. Like, you're acting as if he hasn't had drops. You're acting as if he's been the perfect wide receiver, and he hasn't.
I'm not saying
he didn't even play the first month of last season.
Every single receiver that gets playing time has drops. That's not saying anything. He's not leading the league in drops.
There's nothing else outside of inconsistency that says he is a number 2 option.
Who had the most drops last year? The Chiefs. All 8 receivers, and what they do, won a Super Bowl. So drops is not a metric that is moving me. Every receiver in the game got drops. I'm not saying Goff is bad. I'm not saying Jameson Williams is bad. I'm saying it's a bad connection.
I'm saying he needs to just be more consistent. And because of his lack of consistency, he didn't even play last month. He didn't even play the first month of last season.
He plays a dependent position.
He didn't even play the first month of last season. So everything you're saying, this is why when I tell you,
he plays a dependent position. Dependent.
I believe you made a great argument.
Calvin Johnson wouldn't look so good with Goff. He only looked so good because he had Matthew Stafford. He can sling it. He can get it down there. Leave the rest to me. I could do great things.
I think we're moving the needle, right? The question is, have they constructed the most stacked offense? And based on your answer to that, the answer is no, because we can walk around the issues outside of Amon-Ra and Sam Laporta. Even though Sam Laporta, he's a tight end. Gibbs, again, running back. Amon-Ra, wide receiver. They are offensive playmakers. Yes, those are 3 offensive playmakers. That is not everything I'm saying about J-Mo and outside.
You're not Kyle Montgomery. That's 4.
Again, everything I'm saying outside of Amon-Ra is not to. Everything I'm saying outside of Amon-Ra at the wide receiver position does not mean that the Detroit Lions don't have a championship foundation of a team. So let's not act like that's what I'm saying. So don't move the narrative to like, oh, they don't have the opportunity. No, they have the opportunity to. They still have great playmakers. I'm saying the biggest hole is every other wide receiver not named Amon-Ra. Sam Laporta is a tight end. Gibbs is a running back. Like the fact you had to go to our running backs to try and make a point to defer the weaknesses outside of Amon-Ra at the wide receiver position is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying they don't have a great offense. I'm not saying they don't have a championship offense. I'm saying that the inconsistencies proven by J-Mo last season, he is our hinge player of 2024. If he does not show up consistently, it doesn't mean we won't win games. I'm just saying that is our biggest weakness.
Yeah.
So to say
I'm
have we
telling you, you're
constructed the
pointing to the
most,
wrong problem. J-Mo's not the problem.
I'm
Goff
not
is the
pointing to
problem.
Goff can't be the problem if you have if you have Amon-Ra who has over 1,500 yards. Clearly, he can get the ball to a wide receiver and do it very efficiently. Same thing with Laporta, who had over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, 15
You know
yards
what I'm
and
saying?
under. He sure can. 15 yards and under. J-Mo's not a 15 yards and under receiver. So you can't say he's the issue. That's my point. Your quarterback can't deliver him the ball. The buddy is wide open.
He didn't even play the first month of last season.